haven't been out to the garden in about a week because my family was sick, but we're gonna see what we can harvest today. Things are growing very wild. A lot of things look very sad, but hopefully we can find some really good stuff. Do you guys see this poor little Brad's atomic grape? It looks so sad. It's got a few fruit on it, but even those don't look that great. It really needs some water. Hopefully it can perk back up, but I'm gonna water it as soon as we're done. I also have other tomatoes with blossom end rot, as you guys can see right here. I haven't finished setting up my drip irrigation. I haven't even started actually. That was a Dr. Witch's tomato, by the way. Oh wait, are there hornworms here? The main reason I haven't set it up is just because I've been so busy. My whole family got sick, so I wasn't able to be out here. But I'm gonna harvest the tomatoes that do appear to be ripe, which are right here. I'm kind of scared, you guys. I didn't bring my gloves this time, which I usually do because I'm scared of hornworms. Look at those tomatoes. They look very matte, I think because they're just so dry. Usually they have more of a sheen to them. There's a few more up here. And then next to it, we have my Serrano plant, which still looks pretty good actually for not being watered for about a week now. Oh, I feel so ashamed to say that. That's way too long. I'm kind of scared of harvesting these Serrano peppers because they're right next to the grapevine, and that grapevine I know for sure had hornworms because I saw the poop on the floor. I don't see any right now, but oftentimes they're hard to spot until you're like right next to them. I remember that's the first time I ever came across a hornworm last year. I think I was about to harvest some tomatoes and the hornworm was right in front of me. I did not even notice it until I was up next to it. And then of course I screamed, ran away, came back, and then found a few others. One thing I do notice right now is, wait, what is that? Oh no, that's just part of the plant. One thing I do notice is that there are some red Serrano peppers, but not as many. I think it did help out that I harvested as many as I could last time around. That way I could take a few days off because the plant was just producing too much at once. Which isn't a bad thing, except I couldn't keep up. What was that? Oh, just mulch. It might be a good thing that some of these tomato plants are a bit overgrown because the leaves are helping to shield some of the fruit so that it doesn't fry in the sun. The color on these is spectacular. I love harvesting them when they look like this. They remind me of Rudolph's nose. And there's a few more in here. This is one singular eggplant and it's so cool because it is a beautiful variety. It's called a Camo Eggplant. I got those seeds from Baker Creek, and the entire plant is in a small container made out of cedar fence pickets, and I just want you guys to see how beautiful these eggplants are. Look how massive they are as well. So let's harvest one. You guys, look at that. I have never seen a prettier eggplant ever in my life. And there's about two more. Look at these, you guys. Next to that, we have these peppers, which I don't see the tag for, but they shouldn't be spicy because look at the shape on them. Wow, what do these look like? There's ones that I see people grill all the time, but I think they get a little bit longer than this. I'm gonna bring them indoors at this greenish stage just because I don't want them to dry up. And I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen. I feel like I know what type of pepper it is, but I can't remember the name. Hopefully there are some peppers ready over here as well. Oh, down here. Look how beautiful these are. One more. I don't remember if this is a San Marzano or a Roma tomato plant, but look at these gorgeous beauties. They're falling right off. These are the first I will get to harvest from this plant. Oh, there's a lizard! Oh God, okay. There's a lizard back there. I told you guys, right? Reptiles, for some reason, really freak me out. I just easily get scared of pretty much everything that moves. You know what I probably won't be starting next season? Peppers. I think I have enough peppers to last me for as long as I continue to garden, which will be the rest of my life, because these pepper plants just keep getting more and more productive the older they get, and as you can see here, I just can't seem to keep up with them. Look at this beautiful scallop squash. It's really heavy too. I see a few more on the plant. They just need to get a lot bigger. Amongst these dying nasturtiums, which I need to take out, are some clusters of tomatoes. And I spot a few more over here. I'm just a little scared because of our hornworm buddies. This one right here isn't ready yet, but the rest of them are. About a week ago, I came through and harvested all of the ripe tomatoes from this volunteer Tommy Toe tomato. And as you can see, it's covered in ripe tomatoes once more. So we're gonna have to come up with something really nice and delicious to use these all up with. A lot of people were giving me recommendations about what to make or do with the ripe tomatoes, and a lot of them were saying to freeze them. Personally, my family really loves vegetables fresh, and while I'm not vegan, we mainly eat a plant-based diet. So we like to use vegetables and fruit as fresh as possible, which is why I like to try and use them up throughout the week. That way the following week when I come out here and harvest a few more, I'm able to use them throughout the week, and that way nothing needs to be frozen or preserved in any way, shape, or form. But people did have some really good ideas, especially if you don't use tomatoes all at once. I usually try and come up with dishes that will utilize all of the garden harvest throughout the week. That way we don't have to purchase any of these things at the grocery store. Here is another pepper plant. You guys, I thought I was recording for about the last 10 minutes. And I forgot to hit record. And obviously I can't refilm this because it's a harvest video. But when we left off, I could not figure out the name of these peppers right here. I don't think they're a spicy variety because they don't have a curve to them. And I think I've heard people grill them or saute them and then sprinkle some sea salt over them, and they're supposed to be really delicious. I think they're supposed to get a little longer than this, so maybe I'm wrong though. I just can't figure out the variety, and the tags are all different. This one says chilita bean, and this is not a chilita bean pepper. On the bright side, right next to it, we have some Rossboro blackberries, and look how gorgeous these are. So this variety is really good for Arizona because it requires low chill hours. It can handle the heat really well. It's very productive, but the only thing is that it does have thorns, as you can see right there. And usually I wear my gloves whenever I'm harvesting things from this one or whenever I'm tying it to the trellis because otherwise it's really painful. So you have to be really careful. I know that there are some thornless varieties, and eventually I might add some to the garden. I really like these. They're extremely sweet, extremely productive, and they're a pretty good size. I spot one more. Honestly, it's kind of a miracle that there's any left on the plant because my kids usually get to them before I can ever get to harvest any. Oh, and there's some down here. Ow! Last but not least, I know there's some beans around here. Look how pretty these are. Oh, oh no, oh no. I did not mean to do that. Oh, is there just one? No, I thought there was more. Oh well, it's a really pretty bean. Is there really no one else? Oh, there's a few down here, but I think they started drying up. It looks like it's barely starting to produce, so I'm just gonna drop some of these dried seeds back into the garden, and hopefully they can sprout. Before I go, it looks like there's some more eggplant that I need to bring indoors. Oh no, that looks kind of gross. We're still gonna bring it indoors though. Let's see, there's one more back here. There we go. What variety is this? This is also a Camo eggplant, so those definitely could have gotten a little bit bigger. Oops. And here's what I harvested from the gardens today.